Before we get out on the track, I want to introduce you to Bob Ansett and his wife Josie. Now we're going back a long time, but this is back in my era when I was a player. These two guys were pivotal to the direction of our footy club at the time. Tell us about the elephant.
Well, yeah, I'll get into that.
Yeah.
Getting to that. And sky jumpers out of airplanes to land on the ground at halftime, and marching girls, and so the people got to the ground earlier, but more people came because you never knew what was going to happen. And the elephant is a good example of that. I don't know, I can't even remember how it happened, but someone approached us and said, why did you we've got an elephant down at the zoo up the street there. We'll bring that down and have it, and I'll keep a hold on it, a good lead on it, you can imagine that. And the elephant obviously wasn't that interested in a large crowd of people, because it lost its temper and pulled away from the guy and made a charge for the stand. The North Melbourne stand at that time wasn't all that strong, and we thought we'd lose the stand, but no, we didn't. But it was adding another dimension to it. What happened is that the Melbourne Cricket Ground had just put lights up. They'd put lights all around the ground for cricket. And the problem was that the people that lived in East Melbourne, adjacent to the MCG, were up in arms, and they restricted the MCG to 12 night games a year. One game was rained out, and the cricket season finished after that. So they only got 11 games in, and only half the turnstiles were open at the MCG. People were climbing over turnstiles. They were lined up at halftime, still as far as the eye could see, people still to get in to watch this game of North Melbourne playing Collingwood. I think it got to 60-odd thousand people that showed up for the first night match. And that was the beginning of what, for North, was a really important ingredient.
Thanks so much for all the work that you've done at our footy club. I'm sure you're keen to keep a keen interest on the North boys. These guys are going to try and climb ourselves back up the ladder and make all you guys proud, your generation that have done so much work for our club. Yeah, thanks so much for your contribution to our footy club.
It's been great to be here, and great to see you all.
Righto, well let's get into training. If you're taking, sorry, mate, you take your seat. You take your seat over here.